What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today I have got wonderful news. Wave 2 of the Transformers trading card game has been officially revealed by the lovely folks over at Kotaku.com. I will of course post a link to their reveal article in the description. We have been waiting for this. And it's here! We've got the reveal! I mean, they revealed it literally as I sat down to eat tea, and then I had to finish eating tea. Americans would call it dinner, but we're British, we call it tea. And so I had to finish eating. I ate so fast, ladies and gentlemen, so fast. I am excited. It is going to be called Rise of the Combiners. It is being released on the 1st of March, and the booster box looks like this. And you know what's really cool about this? We've got combiners, which you probably should be able to guess from the fact that the set is called Rise of the Combiners. And of course, the biggest news here is that it features combiners. How do combiners work, you ask? Well, combiners are big Transformers made from lots of little Transformers. And what you essentially have to do is play the Enigma card. You get to combine into a combiner when you play the Enigma card. And since Predaking is the only one that's been revealed, we should probably look at Predaking as an example. So the card you need here is Predacon Enigma. This is an action card, and it reads, if you have Predaking on the battlefield, draw a card, then you may play an upgrade. Now, to be fair, that's actually really good as a card. Drawing a card, nice. Playing an extra upgrade, nice. I mean, we literally have an action card called New Designs that lets you play an upgrade. This is New Designs plus you get to draw a card. Yes, I am totally in favour of that. But if you don't have Predaking on the battlefield, but you have 5 Predacons in bot mode, on the battlefield and or in your KO area, you get to combine them into Predaking Ferocious Hunter. Now, a combiner begins untapped, so clearly the ideal situation is that a bunch of your characters are tapped and then you play this. But you need to take all damage from your combined characters. So if your combiners have a total of 15 damage, then Predaking starts off with a total of 15 damage, and you keep 1 upgrade in each slot. So you get to keep some upgrades, you have to keep all the damage, but you get to make Predaking. What does Predaking look like? Awesome. 37 health. I mean, at this stage, it's kind of just like a competition, because 37 health is even more than Metroplex had. Now, to be fair, it's not a huge amount more than Metroplex had, but either way, it still beats the previous total of 35 that Metroplex had. So the total is going up. That is a phenomenal amount of health. Plus, you've got 7 attack. And we're going to compare this to Metroplex, because that's probably the nearest comparison we've got. 7 attack is high. I mean, you've still got stuff like Optimus Prime Battlefield Legend, which can actually beat it by having 8 attack, but 7 attack is nuts good. And you've got 2 defense, which is kind of low, if I'm honest with you. I mean, it is the average defense, and it is higher than Metroplex, but for a character like this, 2 defense, given the other stats, is still slightly low. So, phenomenal stats. And it has 5 weapon slots. And when you combine it, i.e. when you play Predacon Enigma, you get to draw a card, and then play a card. Action or an upgrade, it's up to you. So, drawing a card and playing a card is great when you combine it. Having 5 weapon slots gets a little bit silly, because now, okay, the 7 attack is high, but not as high as it could be, but now you have the opportunity to play 5 weapons. Now, you can only play 3 of each type of weapon, any battle card in your deck, so it's not like you're going to have 5 grenade launcher on here, but you could have 3 grenade launcher on here, and then maybe you add a couple of Energon Axe, because remember that Energon Axe can only be put on damaged characters, but of course you're taking all the damage from all of your Predacons, so unless none of your Predacons have any damage on, Energon Axe is going to work. And the combination of Grenade Launcher and Energon Axe here, along with having 5 weapons, is probably going to lead this to be one smashy card. Now, we're going to have a look at the Predacons in a moment, but there are a couple of other things which are very important to note about this reveal. First of all, we are told that there are going to be 6 combiners featuring in this set. Now, that doesn't guarantee that all the combiners are going to comprise of 5 robots, but if we take that as a rough guide, then that means that 30 of the 46 character cards, yeah, it's been confirmed we're having 46 character cards, which is a couple more than we had in Wave 1. Wave 1 had 40, so 46 is a larger number than 40. I'm assuming most of you know that. So it's kind of cool that we're getting more character cards, but the fact is that 2/3 of them are actually going to be combiners. Is this going to make it awkward to collect the set? Does this mean that we're going to have players who, buy a box and they end up with 4 of the parts for Predaking and 4 of the Predacons, and then they can't actually play Predaking? Because here's the thing, right? The Predacons have bot mode and alt mode. You have bot and alt mode for the Predacons, so these images that make up Predaking are not the backside of the Predacon characters. The Predacon characters have alt and bot modes. So with that borne in mind, surely we're going to have to get the parts of Predaking separately. Are we going to get a part of a combiner in the pack with this? I don't know. That would be my guess. We can see from the booster box that every pack is going to have a foil Transformers character card, plus 7 battle cards, just like we saw with Wave 1, but surely they've got to give us the bits of the combiners as well, because otherwise we can't play them. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to come around. I would love to know, because one more time, these are not just the backs of the Predacons. The Predacons have backs in the same way that regular cards do. That is a question to which we currently do not have an answer. Here's another thing that we don't have an answer for. What's the icon on Predacon Enigma? That's a green icon. We know that blue icons add 1 to your defense when defending. We know that orange icons add 1 to your attack when attacking. And we know that white icons, the first time you hit them, allow you to play or to flip 2 extra battle cards. We don't know what green battle icons do. And that's another question that I am absolutely desperate to find the answer to. This was always going to be the case with the reveals. We don't know how we end up getting the bits of the combiners. We don't know what the green battle icon means, but we do know that we're getting combiners. We do know that you play them by playing Enigma cards. And I mean, look, I'm going to quickly show you the Predacons now. It shouldn't surprise you that they're all 5-cost characters, because you've got to be able to play them, all 5 of them, in a deck in order to make Predaking, and it would be a little bit silly if you weren't able to play all of them, and it would be a bit overpowered if you were able to play them and something else. Of course, this does mean that, like Metroplex, the combiners are a deck in and of themselves. If you're playing Metroplex, you are just playing Metroplex, and if you're playing Predaking, you're just playing Predaking. And as I'm recording this, it occurs to me, clearly what's going to happen is, Predacon Headstrong, for instance, is one of Predaking's legs. So clearly when you get Predacon Headstrong in the pack, you're also going to get the card that represents the leg. That's got to be the case. I feel extremely strongly about that. They're just going to give you that part of Predaking when you get the appropriate card. That's got to be the case. I think I solved it, ladies and gentlemen. I think I solved it. So very quickly, let's have a quick look through these Predacons, shall we? Starting off, we've got Predacon Headstrong. Now, they're 5-cost characters, so we're not expecting miracles from the statistics. But we see 5 health, 2 defense in bot mode, 3 in alt mode, 3 is good. 3 attack in bot mode, 1 in alt mode. So, decent defense in alt mode, decent attack in bot mode. No skill in bot mode. In alt mode, it's got Brave. Enemies attack this character if able. On the one hand, love it. On the other hand, this is not going to be on your field for very long unless you keep it in bot mode, but then again, defense of 2, health of 5. The good news is it's got brave and a defense of 3. Predaking Rampage, again we see health of 7, defense of 1 in either mode, attack of 2 in alt mode, and 3 in bot mode, so again we got a pretty good attack here. In bot mode, when an enemy is KO'd, you repair 1 damage from each of your Predakons, which is actually huge, because remember when you combine them, you take all the damage over, so this can heal 5 damage from Predaking here. Bearing in mind you've got 37 health, and bearing in mind we've got stuff, I mean, if we look at the action cards here, Medic repairs 2 damage from one of your characters. That's an action card. Being able to heal up to 5, that's crazy. And then in alt mode, it's got Pierce 2, guaranteeing that you do at least 2 damage when attacking. If we have a quick look at Razorclaw here, we've gone up to a health of 8. Still bad, but not bad for a 5 cost. Defense of 1 in each mode, and again, attack of 2 in alt mode. 3 in bot mode. And look, the average attack is 4, so these attacks of 3 are not too bad. In bot mode, when you flip to it, this can attack untapped characters as though they were tapped. That skill might sound a little bit familiar, and it should. It is in fact the same skill that we see on the secret rare Bumblebee when it is in alt mode, which is kind of cool. We see Taurox here, and Taurox has 9 health. Going up even more. 0 defense in either mode. I don't like a defense of 0. That makes it very, very flimsy. But again, attack of 2 in alt mode, 3 in bot mode, which seems fairly standard for the Predakons. And then we see when you're in bot mode, when you flip to it, you draw a card and then plan 1. You may put 1 card from your hand on top of your deck. Now, this is actually really nice because it means that you can basically see what's going to happen. It means that if you're going to be attacking, you can put an orange icon down. If you're going to be defending, you can put a blue icon down. And weirdly, this is the same skill that we see on a different Bumblebee card. Bumblebee Courageous Scout in alt mode has this exact same skill. When you flip to it, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on top of your deck. What is interesting is that they've actually given this a name now. They've called this Plan, whereas before it didn't have its own name. And when you're in alt mode, your enemy's characters cannot be repaired. That's a little bit annoying for them. And then we see Dive Bomb. I tried to go in alphabetical order, forgot about Dive Bomb, sorry. 7 health, 0 defense in bot mode, 2 in alt mode, 3 attack in bot mode, 2 in alt mode. It doesn't have a skill in alt mode, but in bot mode when you flip to it, your opponent reveals a random card from their hand. If it's an action, scrap it. This could be really good. You could get something like a rollout or a brainstorm on which your opponent is very much relying. And that could be kind of cool. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is what we know about this set at the moment. We know we're getting Predaking. We've seen the Predakons. We know that there's green icons, whatever they are. We've got a release date of the 1st of March. And you know I'm going to be sitting near my computer for the next couple of weeks. The leaks have started, and I'm going to be bringing them to you as soon as I possibly can. I'll be honest with you, I'm fairly excited about it. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this leak. Tell me which of the combiners you want to see making an appearance in this set. Give me your predictions as to what green icons do, and tell me what you think about Predaking. Go nuts, ladies and gentlemen, but do remember the most important rule as always. Be nice, would ya? And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at the Wossy, where I talk about Transformers and other things. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.